What up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, everyone? What's up, Cindy? What's up, Ession? What's up, Eidolon? We got Nightbot in here, too. What's up, Tom Carter? How's it going? What day is it today? Sunday. Dude, I cannot keep track of what day it is at all right now. Feels like the days are just blurring together. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, I know, it is pretty crazy. I mean, Nightbot's been in like every stream since I started streaming again. It's pretty crazy. What's up, Noxel? Hey, Junie. Doing decent? Nice. Decent is better than bad. So that's my glass half full take on decent. My headphones desoldered again. Dad fixed it. Hell yeah. Give it up for Dad. Nice job, Dad. I was kind of curious. I was just gonna I was thinking about I wanted to look up some scale names real quick. What would this be? Phrygian dominant. Okay. Modes. So we got. Okay, so Phrygian is the third scale, the third mode. Oh, it kind of makes sense because you're combining dominant. Well, kind of, not really. I mean, you're only taking one note from dominant. Interesting. But I guess this is called Phrygian dominant according to the exciting universe of music theory. The cool thing about weird modes is like you can create an entire key based on those, which is kind of fun. So like the one chord would be what would it be? Well, it could actually be a major triad, kinda. It's kind of interesting. There's another one I was gonna look up as well. Flamenco scale. Sounds about right. I was just trying to like analyze from a music theory perspective why or you know, there's a few different ways of looking at it, right? Like let's say you're in F minor. Like if you like think about like Never Count on Me, for example, right? So you could argue it's in D minor, but realistically, the tonal center for me is more like it's more that A the whole time. So I was thinking about like, okay, well, the only scale that could possibly be would be this Phrygian dominant. So you could say it's not really. You could either say it's A Phrygian dominant, or you could say it's D minor. Well, it's not really. No, yeah, I guess it. Anyways, D minor is the saddest of all keys. I don't know if I feel that way. I think when you get used to, it's actually kind of an interesting thought, because like when I'm practicing piano regularly, I become kind of like emotionally agnostic to one key being transposed, like a semitone, a few semitones, or something like that. Oh, it's a Spinal Tap quote. Shit. Damn. I think I watched that movie once when I was a teenager. I haven't seen it since. But I do wonder, like, I wonder if there is some subconscious preference there on a more serious note, though. Because, like, there are some songs where, if you hear when you're young, like, some really impactful piece of music that's, like, maybe on the darker side, so it's in a minor key, and it happens to be in G minor, I wonder if you associate that specific key subconsciously more with that, like, sadness than other keys. So this is the website. I think that Moogard actually suggested this. And I was double checking it for some other scales and modes to make sure it's accurate. It seems it is pretty accurate. So this thing's pretty awesome. I was gonna try another. What was I gonna try? That should be an easy one. Yeah, see, it is pretty accurate. Raga Adi Bhairavi. The fact that it has a name for everything is just hilarious to me. Like, you just draw in some random stuff here. Like, this can't be real. Dream scale. Ooh, what is this? Rotate down? Whoa. What? Oh, so there are some that don't have names. Oh, okay. I see. I think they don't have names whenever the one is not incorporated. That's interesting. That's crazy. Anyways, on the other hand, I used 2019. No way. Raga is set mode. You use an Indian music. Oh, interesting. I don't think any key is inherently happy or sad. Some are more predisposed in one direction or another. Yeah, the AT&T scale. Right. I kind of agree with you. I think it's very contextual, and it's not just because obviously and it's not like emotions are somehow like in these neat categories that are completely separated, right? It's a little more nuanced than that. Like you can have multiple emotions being evoked at the same time by certain chord progressions, right? Like something that's a bitter, something more bittersweet, like something that feels happy at first. Or actually, wait. That's still like overall an uplifting chord progression, I feel like. Whereas, I don't know, let's see. What's like a classic, like bittersweet kind of it's usually like some combination of major and minor can often create the bittersweetness. How does the bittersweet symphony go again? Still like very friendly, I would say overall. I know it's called the Bittersweet Symphony, and it does match the vibe, but I do feel like it's generally still got a positive tone to it, right? All of Radiohead songs, yeah, I could see that. That's yeah, that track, everything in its right place, that's been going viral for months. That one's in that mode I was talking about, or scale. What's it called? Phrygian dominant. Until that third chord. And then technically it's modulating. Or I guess you could just argue that it is all in B flat minor. Or in a minor key, and it's just playing around the tension on the fifth. That's actually probably the better way to analyze that from a music theory standpoint. The fact that it goes major there is kind of weird to me. Because I was totally expecting when I heard that song for the first time, I was definitely expecting it to be minor there. Everything. if there's a way to mash that up with I Remember by Deadmau5, obviously. Okay. Anyways, well, I was thinking maybe I could try to start today off a little bit differently. Kind of have already by just blabbering about music theory, but I don't want to associate live streaming with you know, like this feeling of like, all right, gotta get to work, time to force myself to do XYZ. I think I got to make sure that I don't feel like pressured to do things differently somehow just because I'm streaming. So why don't we do a little bit of interval testing here? I'll reload this, and you guys can try to follow along if you'd like. I think it's a good way to warm up your ears. It's pretty easy. Actually, here, let's customize this and add some. Let's add some notes here. Intervals, minor ninth. Let's add all of these and see how well we can do. Okay, that's an easy one. I'm gonna kick everyone that doesn't get the right answer. Kick or ban, I guess. It's not like we're in like a CS:GO server. Okay. That should be pretty easy too. Okay. Ooh. I think I'm wait. It should be this one. Should be major 10th, right? Yeah. Okay, that's minor second. Easy. Minor 6th. Should be easy. Perfect 4th. I always think of that whenever I hear that interval, the minor 6th, I always think of God, what is that song? Is it like Little John or something? Might not be Little John. I don't know. But I remember hearing that everywhere when I was in high school. I think that's perfect 11th. Yeah. That should be major 10th. Oh, it's major 14th. Wait. Or 7th. Shit. Yeah. Major 10th. Minor 9th. Oh, what the? Hold on. Oh, minor 14th. Minor 9th. I think that's major 13th. Oh, I love the tritone so much. Always, when I hear that interval isolated, it makes me think of The Simpsons. I don't know, whatever, however it goes. Major 6th, I think. Wait. What the hell? Oh, wait, is that perfect 5th? What the hell? How did I get that wrong? Major 6th. Major 2nd. minor third, minor ninth, octave, or is that double octave? Wait, shit. Wow. Why am I kind of struggling with some of these really easy ones? Wait. Oh, shit. That one's hard. Oh, it's the tritone octave up, diminished 12. Perfect 12. Okay, let's move on to chords after this. I mean, that's still pretty decent. I got some really easy ones wrong though, which is kind of surprising. Minor 6 is Zelda. Actually, tritone could kind of be Zelda too. Isn't this this is a pretty famous Zelda song, isn't it? Okay, anyways, let's move on to scales. Could be fun. I was thinking maybe chords first. Let's do chord ear training. Should we start? Let's start basic and then add some weird stuff. I haven't done this in a while. I think we can add minor. I think that's minor major. Why don't we start with this? Dominant. That's minor 7th, right? I think it's augmented triad. Yeah. Whoops. Diminished triad. I think it's half diminished. No! Diminished 7th. That one's half diminished. That's the minor major, I think. That's diminished triad. Wait. No, augmented triad. No! Boom, 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 boom. That's got kind of like that James Bond vibe to it, the minor major. Minor triad. Wait. Half diminished? No. Shit. I think it's diminished triad. Wait, why do I keep getting... Oh my god. I'm doing terrible right now. This some basic stuff here. No! What? Wait. It's crazy because like the emotional quality of just placing one note a half step differently is pretty intense. Nah, whatever. OMG, please do a Haywyre Zelda piano cover. That'd be cool. I don't know. I would figure something out. Okay, what were we doing? Let's do a few more here. Sounds like major seventh. Diminished seventh. No! Is it half diminished? Oh, dude, this is fucking me up. Okay, I kind of regret putting the minor major in there because it's actually messed me up a few times now. Huh. Diminished triad. Diminished seventh. I think sometimes it's tricky because you think a chord sounds like it might have 3 notes when it has 4 notes. Sometimes it depends on what succession they're played in too. It's weird. It's weird the kind of tricks your mind can play on you. Wait. Had to lock in there for a sec. I was streaking for a sec. Half diminished. Okay, I think we're good now. I think we're warmed up. I just needed a moment. Get some L's on the board. Clicked the wrong one. Okay, anyways, that's a good warm-up. Should we do some scales too? I don't think we need to. Next time I'm gonna expand this to include some of these other weird chords. That's easy. Actually, these aren't that hard to add. Ah! No! Wait. Oh my god. Okay, I'm exiting. Enough of this. Cool. Well, hopefully you guys were able to try to guess a few of those as well. It'd be kind of cool if there was a way to, like, race each other, you know, like if there's like a start and stop timer and see who can get, like, well, I don't know. I think you just try to get as many right as possible within a certain time frame, regardless of your percentage. I feel like that'd be a cool challenge. Drop some baby news. What's up, Chairboy? There is not much baby news. He's just he's been particularly clingy recently because my fiance and I have been really busy, so he just gets kind of whiny when he doesn't get as much love. But it's funny because then you feel bad for him, and you try to, you know, comfort him and maybe hold him, and then he's like, "No, I don't want to be held." And then he'll run away into a room, and then he'll start meowing like crazy. It's a confusing cat, but we love him. I think some granular vocal stuff in the intro here would be cool. I was enjoying doing that in Superpower. Whoops, didn't mean to pause it.
Tried on so many different faces, new one for every situation. Don't seem to mind all the changes, all the changes. Signing my name, pen to paper, the meaning is lost seconds later. Making room for who I'm becoming, Is it a forgery, an imitation? Is it a copy, a replication? Is it just counterfeit, a simulation? 'Cause they're pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Can stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else.
I do think I'm going to open up Forgery for a moment because I think there's some small little embellishment things I am hearing, adding. So let's save this album playlist and let's pop into Forgery. Forgery project file. I don't really know that there's that big of a use for these types of exercises, but I think it does help in general. I think it's kind of fun in a way to challenge yourself, but also sometimes it can be surprising when you think you know for sure a chord is XYZ and it's just not. And plus it can help with like analyzing chord progressions you really like. Okay, this is the new verse here. So why don't we add the granulator underneath? The granulator. Why'd they call them granulators and not granulators? Isn't that where the name comes from like the grains? They just dropped the I for some reason. All right, let's see. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. Let's Control J this, and we'll throw this in the granulator. Oh, holy shit, I can't believe it's February. All right, let's throw this in here. Let's see what we can come up with. Some of those have really nice I forget what it's called, but it's kind of like the vocal equivalent of like a transient. You know, the little noises you make with your mouth, like sometimes can be really satisfying, like when you're just starting to sing a note versus not. And I feel like I think there's a name for that. I don't know what it's called, but some of those they sound good from that perspective. Man, okay. Does anybody know anything about hardware granulators? Because that's something that I think would be extremely cool to get your hands on. Cause like I'm just imagining being able to sit in front of. I mean, you could do it with the MIDI controller, I'm sure. You can just map all these parameters, but that would be so sick to have like a hardware version of. I feel like I've seen random videos on social media over the years of hardware granulators. But what's up, DJ Chisholm? Yo. What's up, Stranger Sounds? Thanks for the follow. I'm gonna just record this granulator and just jam on it for a bit. Let's see if I come up with some stuff. Let's mute the reverb for now so it doesn't bake it into the audio. It's kind of cool to use it as a way to potentially like preface some of the vocal lines. Like the grain of a certain phrase can like expand and then lead into a certain vocal phrase. Here, let me try to. I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. I feel like I've heard plenty of producers do this, so this isn't some new thing or anything, but I do think it sounds pretty cool. Hold on. So like that, for example, right? Making room. I think that's this vocal right here. So it could go like something like that, maybe. It sounds pretty cool. Kind of like that. It's interesting. It's a really cool way to get like vocal chops going, really. I kind of almost prefer this over you know, slicing it into like a drum rack or something like that. What's up, Popcorn? How's it going? Why don't we add another channel here? Actually, I'm just gonna cut all of this, and I'm gonna put this like right around here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to create a second track here with the granulator stuff I actually want to use. But I'm just gonna record another little grand jam and see what happens. Let's go like this. So grab audio from 37 in, and let's try it. Okay.
Tried on so many different faces, new one for every situation. Don't seem to mind all the changes, all the changes. Designing my name, pen to
Yeah, like right there. That sounded kind of cool.
is lost seconds later.
That's kind of cool. Okay, well anyways, just some basic little granular tidbits to throw in the background. Let's see, I think there's some stuff here that I liked.
The meaning is lost seconds
Let's see. And then on this track, why don't we add that little bit of vintage verb back on there. There's a lot of cool little bits in there. I don't know exactly how to use them right now, but I'm just gonna name these so I don't forget what all this stuff is. Grand muted. Okay. I didn't mind this little thing here. Could be a nice thing to have when I'm trying to start creating more momentum, like during the chorus or something, or the pre-chorus. Let's see. Let's get rid of this stuff here and try to throw it in. Maybe on like the downbeats or something.
Just gotta fit the simulation, 'cause I'm pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Is it a forgery, an imitation? Is it a copy, a replication? Is it just gotta fit the simulation, 'cause I'm pretending being somebody else. Somebody
What if I could like somebody? Let me try to see if I can like do an additional granulator here with this vocal here from the chorus group. I think it could be cool. I have an idea. So let's just record the chorus group. I'm gonna throw that in a granulator too.
Somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. Can stop pretending.
Oh wait, I did this wrong. Whoops, I need to grab the audio from chorus group. There we go.
Somebody else.
Okay, and then we're gonna take this. Let's bring it down here to the granulator section. We'll grab these two, put them maybe beneath this area. And let's throw this into this granulator. Okay.
Somebody else, somebody else.
Okay, I'm not sure why that ended up so quiet in the mix, but okay, I was kind of picturing like triggering the vowel that's being held for the different notes that are sung. So like
Somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. Stop pretending I'm being somebody else.
I wish there was a way to like assign. I wish I could keep the pitch the same, but then assign different positions to notes on the piano. That would be really cool. There's probably a way to do this stuff. You were touching grass. Welcome back to the real world. Sounds pretty terrifying. Okay, let's try this out. I think I need to record this audio similar to how I was doing before. So why don't we just duplicate this one? Throw it underneath this granulator, and we'll grab the 41 audio here. Arm it, and let's give it a go.
Somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. Can stop pretending I'm being somebody else. Somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. Can stop pretending I'm being somebody else.
Oh wait, this dude, why do I keep doing this? My brain and braining. Let's send this to instruments for now. The input needs to be 41. I changed it to the output. Okay, let's do this again.
Somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. Can stop pretending I'm being somebody else. Somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. Can stop pretending I'm being somebody else. Somebody else.
Okay, that is probably more than enough to work with. Let's mute this. I was thinking it could be kind of cool to actually take this and chop it up. I don't know if that's going to be that helpful, but it's just a thought. Looks like it will create too many slices, so let's not do that for now. Okay, so let me see how close to my idea I actually got here. Actually, I kind of like the idea of this being in the background during the pre-chorus. I could kind of like, I like the idea of this, using this to foreshadow the melody. Okay. Okay, nice. I do think that adds a little flair to the intro. But I still don't know exactly how to cut these up. There's a lot of random little tidbits that I feel like sounded good, and there's a lot of stuff that just didn't sound that good.
Many different faces, new one for every situation. Don't seem to mind all the changes, all the changes. Signing my name, pen to paper. The meaning is lost to translate it. Making one flow, overcoming, overcoming. This is a forgery, an imitation. Is it a copy, a replication? Is it just counterfeit, a simulation?
I think I want to try to break this flow up here. What if we were to...
Stop pretending being stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody.
I think I want to have maybe a little bit of always porta going on here, so that the notes kind of slide into each other a little bit. cool. I wonder how this patch would sound with some roar on it. I don't know why I don't have roar favorited. That thing is definitely a fun sound design tool. Interesting. So the new roar is automatically multiband, or by default it's multiband, which actually could be kind of cool. I wonder, maybe we replace the older roar with this multiband one for this layer as well. Kind of curious. The bias do introduces a DC offset, which is useful for producing asymmetrical clipping. Okay. Well, to get rid of a little bit of the low end in this thing as well. We definitely want this to be a pretty big impact here. Let's see, how do I want to compress this? I think I want to like expand the low end to make it shorter. Let's try to something like that, maybe. That's actually quite a bit better. Wow. Man, multiband, the multiband dynamic tool is so sick. Just like the upward downward compression in one plugin. I mean, this thing is so powerful. I feel like I don't always get the right results, but that mostly is just like a skill issue on my end. And on the 7th day, Martin cooked up some dope sounds. Take it as a compliment.
My name, pen to paper. The meaning is lost seconds later. Making room for who I'm becoming. This is a forgery, an imitation. Is it a copy, a replication? Is it just gonna fit a simulation? Cause stop pretending being somebody else.
Okay, something needs to happen here, but I love the idea of everything cutting out. It really grabs your attention. I kind of forgot I did that. Cause to pretend being somebody else. What if we could like do some kind of bass slide?
Cause stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody else.
we could do that. So
Stop pretending being somebody else.
the glide on this is pretty intense. So I actually don't know if that's gonna work for this sound. You create something new, or we could just duplicate this. I think I want to just duplicate. And then we'll create a bass slide with this that has a lower porta setting.
Is it just gonna fit the simulation? Stop pretending being somebody else.
Damn, why is this frying my CPU? It's probably just because I don't think it's this processing chain specifically. I think it's just a large project file at this point.
Stop pretending being somebody else.
Okay, I think here's how I'm gonna do it. I want to really have a specific like movement for this, so I'm just gonna keep it in this higher octave and then draw in the pitch bend going down. I just think it'll be easier to do it in a more precise way. So let's see. MIDI control pitch bend. Let's go like this. Let's have it be a little more low pass when that first note hits, and then open up as it continues. So it's like
Stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else.
I wonder if one more layer might sound cool. I'm just picturing like some kind of extra harmonics up there somewhere. Let's just do something really basic here. Let's get some async. I don't want to EQ this too much. I just want to see if this could work.
Pretending being somebody else. Somebody else.
I actually think that could be complementary to these sounds.
Stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else.
I don't know exactly what octaves to do. Maybe we could start with just some lower ones in the chorus, and then once the drop pops in, we could do a higher octave. Let's see.
Stop pretending being somebody else.
Okay. CPU's not liking this. Weird. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's that crazy of a project file, but so be it. Maybe it's the granulators, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of maybe a pitch drop in the in all 3 layers. At the end here, it feels a little bit static. Let's see. Pitch bend. Let's try it out. And we'll double check that the bend down is actually set to an octave as well. MIDI control. Just that last beat. There we go.
Stop pretending being somebody else. Follow up.
Yo, thank you for the follow, Trouser. Appreciate it. Would be dope with the drone just playing the same note on top of the chords. Yeah, for sure. I think it's one of the fun things about like getting to a certain point in a track. It's like once you kind of have the core of it kind of worked out compositionally, arrangement-wise and stuff, you can take so many liberties. There's so many choices to make that just embellish the idea. I think I want this one to also be set to always porta.
Somebody else.
Yeah, it's sounding like okay. Still got a lot of like more fine-tuned things to figure out here, but kind of forgot about this layer. I actually think I don't want... I was thinking about this. I'm not sure I want these Pitch Monster vocals here. Maybe we do like a little piano, really simple little piano thing here.
Tried on so many different faces, new one for every situation. Don't seem to mind all the changes, all the changes. Signing my name, pen to paper. The meaning is lost seconds later. Make it Is it a copy, a replication? Is it just counterfeit, a simulation? Cause stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Is it a forgery, an imitation? Is it a replication? Is it just counterfeit, a simulation? Cause stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Can stop pretending being somebody else. Somebody
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think I added what I wanted to add for the time being into forgery. I mean, the granulator stuff is still very much TBD, so I think I'm just gonna do something like this for now.
tried on so many different faces, new one for every situation. On so many different faces, new one for.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here for now for forgery, and then we'll move on to a different project file from the album for now. So let's go forgery 18, and let's go back to the album playlist project file thingamajig. You're an incredible songwriter. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Let's see. I was thinking a little bit about make believe, and I'm thinking I might replace the clap and the drop with a snare or something a little bit heavier.
What I can say, what I can do. What I can say, what I can do.
I don't know what kind of snare,
Follow up.
but we'll figure it out. Yo, thank you for the follow. Jafala music. Let's we can save this for now. Ugh. All right.
All of these decisions that I can see.
Oh yeah, I think I was messing around with changing up the lyrics and then decided to go back to what I'd originally done. That tends to happen pretty often. But I think I was trying to see if the new lyrics I did worked in the build. It kind of works. It's a little bit busy. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to change into a snare. The sloppy clap is, I don't know if that's the vibe for this track. I was initially thinking of I think some of the sound design originally was not like this really sustained feeling, but with how sustained the energy is with these big long notes, I think we want something else that kind of sticks through, pops out of the mix a little more. I think we could probably use some kind of Mazzo snare to start. He's got some really good high-pitched snares. Let's take a look. I don't know exactly what I'm picturing yet. I can kind of hear the transient. Definitely want the fundamental to be pretty high pitched. So let's take a look. Is this the main kit? All right, let's grab this. See what happens when we just transpose. Okay, so we have kind of this tail. I don't know. Oh, whoa. That was weird. I thought I just crashed Ableton again, but I just tapped out somehow. I don't know what I did. Okay, let's get rid of this clap too. Ooh. I think I might open up kick and let's do kick 3 and then let's mute the sub. Man, I haven't. Let's just mute it and go to the click. Yeah, let's throw this in here. Load as click file. Let's see. There we go. All right. What's this fundamental? Like 300. D4. Okay. I don't know that we really want to be boosting or like adding much to that, but I'm just gonna tune the sub anyways and add it to the snare just in case we end up wanting to use that. All right, where are we going? 300. I think it was just under 300. Or, yeah, somewhere around there. So let's do this. There we go. Not crazy about... There we go. Okay. I do want to add another click layer of some kind. I don't think I've gone through these before. Let's solo this and listen to some of these. Save, save, save. Did I make you nervous tabbing out? I appreciate it, Art Nerd. Yeah, whatever. Let's just save it real quick. Yeah, I think something sharp and short is kind of what I was thinking. Let's throw a transient master on here. I'm curious. Let's see. Let's go to effects. Sometimes the routing of this confuses me. Yeah, this is only... Okay, interesting. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Ring mod, reverb, bit crusher, drive. This is probably not going to sound very good, but I want to throw a disperser on here for a moment. Actually, it's not bad. I don't know if this is the tail that we want. I think we might need to do some other tail for this snare. Let's see what kind of tails. Let's try to use this one. Grab vintage verb and compressor. Maybe a multi-band dynamic just in case. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna do another thing here. Let me check the fundamental for this sample. Okay, let's put it down like a few steps. It's a bit closer to the main snare sample. Might actually be too high pitched. Let's see what happens if I try to bring it down a little bit. Let's see, what should we do? Maybe like... Let's try something like this. It does kind of affect the sample quite a bit, though. Damn it. I will say, compared to the clap, it does sound a little bit better in my mind already. But yeah, obviously it needs a lot of work still. Let's see. What if we like? Could be kind of cool to like mess with the like change the pitch of the tail every now and then. Just go like, let's try this out. Kind of cool. Give it a little bit of variation. Get rid of this clap again over here. do kind of feel like this fundamental is just too high. It's not really. I don't think it's doing the trick for me, but I'm not gonna think too much about that right this moment. I don't really know what was going on here. Alright, well, why don't we try another approach for the snare. Since we kind of just started experimenting with that, let me just type in snare into samples and see what kind of stuff comes up. Nah. I feel like I do want it to be a pretty heavy snare, but not something super over the top. That's quite ringy, but let's try this one out, just out of curiosity. It's very pitchy, so I think I gotta bring it up to the right pitch. Another thing I'm thinking about is I think we want I'm gonna throw a compactor on here, and we're gonna take the snare and have that sidechain some of these additional percussive layers. So it should be from 36, and what's this layer called? Eli snare. Okay, Eli snare. Why is there two? Huh, whatever. That's odd. Why is that not? Oh. Eli snare clap. Eli snare smack. Weird. I actually snare one shot ringy. Okay. That's why. Eli snare one shot ringy. Where's that one? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I think I want it quite intense.
What was your favorite release song you've made and had fun making?
Yo, what's up, Timatism? Thanks for pulling me out of the zone here for a second. That sounded sarcastic. It was not. Let me read that again. What was your favorite released song you've made and had fun making? I don't know, man. I feel like the way that I normally answer this question is I just enjoy, there's like this fleeting moment of excitement that comes with, ideas that reach a certain point, in the process of like experimenting and writing and producing a track. Like there are these moments where things start to click and you're starting to realize, what this piece should sound like. And, those are the moments that I enjoy the most, in the creative process. And it's cool because there can be different moments like that, within just a single song. It's weird. Like sometimes, something can be fun from a sketching perspective. Like maybe there's, I don't know, some weird vocal sample that you made with your voice that then turns into a cool groove, and you're like, ooh, this is like kind of slapping. I'm kind of vibing with this. That can be a good feeling. But then on top of that, when, I don't know, you have spent some time fleshing it out, and you have kind of like these other contrasting sections like intros and builds, and or if it's a more songwriting kind of thing, you got verses and hooks and whatnot, and then all of a sudden hearing all these different parts working in tandem, that's another like really, that can also be a really satisfying experience. So I don't know, it's tough to just like throw one single song out there. Is there a name for people that are like overly verbose, like that just like ramble a lot? I feel like I'm one of those people. I should go to like a Toastmasters thing and learn how to talk more concisely, I feel like. Sometimes I do just be saying stuff. But thanks for asking, Timatism. Long-winded? Yeah, that's I would put myself under that category for sure. Okay. I think that right here there was room for a little sound in the intro here. And I think I know what kind of a sound I want to use there. Let's see. 2025 or 24. No, it's 25, I think. Patches chromatically.
All of these decisions that I can.
All right, let's start with routing this MIDI properly. Okay. I do like that. Let's maybe increase the release a tiny bit.
All of these decisions that I can see.
Wait, what?
All of these decisions that I can see.
I appreciate it, Art Nerd. I wasn't necessarily being like critical of myself. It's just an observation. Let's see.
All of these decisions.
Something like that. Okay.
All of these decisions that I can see. Are they really mine or made for me? All of these decisions that I can see. Are they really mine or made for me?
Maybe some kind of like little bit of chugging, little plucks. Let's try to create a variation of this patch. See if we can do something like that instead of a gradual rise. Let's do something more like this. And let's make it something like that.
All these decisions that I can see, are they really?
Mono legato. There we go.
All these decisions that I can see, are they
Just at the end there. That was totally out of time, but let me fix that real quick.
Are they really mine or made for me? Are they really mine or made for me?
And then I also want a scoop. A string scoop. So let's go to instruments. Let's do contact. Still can't believe that Native Instruments is in, what is it called? Preliminary insolvency. Hopefully I got that right. Strings. Why did they have to change this, man? It was totally fine before. I feel like this entire layout is so weird to me. Doesn't make sense. Okay, orchestral. Wait, no, it wasn't the contact. I think it was the action strings that we want to use actually. So let's load these. Or was it? I don't, maybe it was session strings. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, scoop fast. Okay. Nice. It's pretty quiet, but it's there. Wonder if we could try to do the slower one, scoop slow. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Bounce. And let's turn this up a bunch. Yeah. Okay.
Are they really mine or made for me? Are they really mine or made for me?
Actually, I'm kind of thinking some staccato things would be cool here instead of the. Let's get
see. Are they really mine or made for me?
Just do that for now. I think I do want those downbeats though. Let's try that.
All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made for me?
I kind of fucked that up. Hold on.
All of these decisions that I can see.
Maybe only the downbeat and not the offbeat.
All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or?
Actually, I don't mind it. I'm just gonna turn down the velocity a bit.
All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made for me? All of these decisions that I can see.
Let's quantize this. The hell? Hold on. 100%. There we go. There we go.
All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made for me? All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made for me? All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made for me? All of these decisions that I can.
The articulation is not quite there, but it's not bad. Let's sidechain these strings as well. Sidechain A. I think I want to kind of downward compress these mids some more. And then let's expand. I suppose I should have the compressor after, but okay. Wait, these needs to be quantized as well.
All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made for me? All of these decisions that I can see.
Okay, maybe I took out too much at the low end here. Hold on. I mean, this reverb is not really helping me out either. I might want to switch it to a different reverb.
All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made for me? All of these decisions that I can see.
Okay, so I think the velocity should kind of like go. Kind of like that.
All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made believe? All of these decisions that
Maybe it should just be one line like that. Yeah, that's better.
that I can see, are they really mine or made believe? Maybe I would rather play make believe. Maybe the truth isn't what I need. What I can say, what I can do. So many things that we do, just another looking at.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with this vocal thing here. It doesn't feel like it fits that well.
What I can say, what I can do.
We could use it somewhere else, maybe. Maybe it could be some kind of post-drop thing. I don't know. But I think this section needs to just be like more legato-held melodies, I think.
What I can say, what I can do.
Okay, that snare sounds pretty silly at the moment. What is like... What is... Some kind of sound is conflicting. I think it might be this. Let's see what happens if we pitch it up. There's something about that pitch that actually is kind of cool, but what if it went up a half step there? Hold on, I'm just messing around a little bit, but what if we brought it up a half step? I don't know, it's kind of cool. I don't think I'll keep it, but it's more fuel in the fire or whatever analogy I could throw in there. Damn. I haven't seen that one in a while. Improvised riff. Let's see. What should I use? Actually, do I really not have a single lead? I have that little pluck lead, but like, do I have no sustained lead sound in this project file right now? Let's see. Let me throw something in here. I'm just going to throw out there too that this has not been a week where I've been able to really lock in the studio. I've been really distracted by some personal stuff that came up this week. And I feel like I've just had a hard time locking in. Well, let's see. What kind of a lead can we throw in here? I don't know what any of these sound like. Let's try this one.
Maybe I would rather play make-believe. Maybe the truth isn't what I need.
Kind of a fun synth. This is clearly an old patch because I have all these old VSTs in here. I kind of like the echo instead of a reverb. This is OG Serum, but why don't we try to quickly set up a vibrato. LFO2. Why does that sound? That sounds hilarious to me. Kind of spooky, actually. Okay, anyways.
All of these decisions that I can see, are they really mine or made for me? Maybe I would rather play make-believe. Maybe the truth isn't what I need. isn't what I need. What I can say, what I can do.
That snare, oh my god. I mean, I did have that melody in the build at one point, and for some reason I took it out. I'm not sure. Maybe I should just have that melody there. It felt pretty good playing it just now. Let me record the melody here. I don't know. I feel like I have two leads going on at the same time. That doesn't really work normally, but whatever. I'll figure it out later. What's up, AM6? How's it going? How's it going? I don't know. This snare still is so bad. Hold on. I really got to figure something out. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it right now, but I feel like I need to keep experimenting here because this... Let's keep looking through samples. I don't know. Snare. Show more. Let's try this one. Not really. I need to at least, like, I feel like I need to just get a feel for what... I could like combine this with the low end from that and this barely has a fundamental. It's mostly a clap. It's more of a clap than a snare in my mind. Well, there's like no fundamental here. But I like it as like a noise layer. So let's see, current. Let's go back to that snare from earlier. Yeah, maybe we can like get rid of the tail on this. Somehow get these two to work together. I need to figure out what note this is playing. Or do I? Like I feel like that sounds a little bit better than what I had before already. I do need to kind of glue these two together a little bit more to see if this can actually work. And then maybe we could add some vintage verb as well before the multiband. Just on the noise layer though. I don't know. I mean, this kick is maybe also a little bit too... It doesn't really have much of a transient. It's mostly like mids and lows. I think I might need to do something else for this as well. I feel like that is also too long for that. I don't know. Let's try that for a little bit. What else was I gonna do? The kick. Let's take a look. So this is in the intro. Okay. So basically this other one just is straight up not being used. This guy here. Let's see. So why don't we try to put something else here? Different kick. Or I could actually, I think I know where the sound design is for that kick. I could grab this. Or is it here? Kicks, kick bodies. No, it's this one. Deep funk kick. Damn, I I don't have the ADG anymore. Deep kick. Let's see what this one sounds like. It's pretty close, actually. Already has like a little bit more of a transient too, which is nice. Let's see what this one sounds like in the mix. Wait. Why is it like... Hold on. Am I tripping out? Is this dummy not triggering the sidechain? No, it is. Huh. What am I missing? Why does the transient keeps getting drowned out somehow? Which is weird. Something is off for sure. I think this is being weird. Okay, so that's being sidechained. That is super odd. I don't know why it sounds like it's getting drowned out. It sounds like it's not even triggering the sidechain at all, but apparently it is. It was actually just a volume issue on some level. It's Pro L. Okay, interesting. All right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna keep working on this, but probably not right now. I might actually be calling it here for the time being, y'all. But yeah, I feel like I got a tiny bit of progress on forgery in this track, which is nice. But yeah, I really gotta hit the freaking gas pedal, man. I'm starting to get tired of how everything feels like there's not like a single album track that's done. So I feel like I need to really lock in and start wrapping these things up because they've been working on these tracks for freaking ages, man. It's ridiculous. They gotta wrap them up. I don't know. It's not a race, but damn. I really don't want to reach a point where I'm working myself in circles with these songs. And sometimes I feel like I'm doing that. So I don't know. I'm just gotta lock in a little bit. So I'm gonna call it here for today, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the hangs, and yeah, I hope you guys can enjoy the rest of your Sunday. For those of you working 9 to 5s, and for those of you that are leading a degenerate lifestyle like me, working at weird hours, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day too. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for today. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you all take care of yourselves. See you guys next time. I'll be back on Tuesday, 1 p.m. CDT as per usual. Later, M6. See you later, Noxel, Art Nerd. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.